An expert geologist can understand where there is gold and by various processes can extract it from the gold ore. Similarly, a spiritually advanced person can understand how the spiritual particle exists within the body, and thus, by cultivating spiritual knowledge, he can attain perfection in spiritual life. However, as one who is not expert cannot understand where there is gold, a foolish person who has not cultivated spiritual knowledge cannot understand how the spirit exists within the body. Sloka Artha, purport by Srila Prabhupada. Here is a very good example concerning spiritual understanding. Foolish rascals, including so-called jnanis, philosophers and scientists, cannot understand the existence of the soul within the body because they are lacking in spiritual knowledge. Vedas enjoin tad vijnanartham sa gurung abhavigatse. To understand spiritual knowledge, one must approach a bona fide spiritual master. Unless one has been trained in geology, one cannot detect gold in stone. Similarly, unless one has been trained by a spiritual master, he cannot understand what is spirit and what is matter. Here it is said, yogis tad abhijna. This indicates that one who has connected himself with spiritual knowledge can understand that there is a spiritual soul within the body. However, one who is an animalistic conception of life and has no spiritual culture cannot understand. As an expert mineralogist or geologist can understand where there is gold and can then invest his money to dig there and chemically separate the gold from the ore. An expert spiritualist can understand where the soul is within matter. One who has not been trained cannot distinguish between gold and stone. Similarly, fools and rascals who have not learned from an expert spiritual master what is soul and what is matter cannot understand the existence of the soul within the body. To understand such knowledge, one must be trained in the mystic yoga system or finally in the bhakti yoga system. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, bhaktyamang avijanati. Unless one takes shelter of the bhakti yoga process, one cannot understand the existence of the soul within the body. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita begins by teaching, Dehi no asmin jatha dehi, kaumarang jauvanam jara, tadha dehantara praptir dhirastatra namuyati. As the embodied soul continually passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. Self-realized soul is not built up by such change. Thus, the first instruction is that one should understand that the soul is within the body and is transmigrating from one body to another. This is the beginning of spiritual knowledge. Any person who is not expert in understanding this science or is unwilling to understand it remains in the bodily confusion of life or the animalistic conception of life as confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam. Jasyatma buddhi kunopi tidhatke saeva bhokara. Every member of human society should clearly understand the instructions of Bhagavad Gita. For only in this way can one be spiritually elevated and automatically give up the false illusory knowledge by which one thinks, I am this body and everything belonging to this body is mine, aham mameti. This doggish conception should be rejected immediately. One should be prepared to understand the spirit soul and the supreme spirit, God, who are eternally related. Thus, one may return home back to Godhead and having solved all the problems of life. The translation of this verse and the very good purport, which is self-explanatory, given by my beloved spiritual master, Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Maharaja, is enough for you, isn't it? To understand the distinction between the spirit and matter, isn't it? What do you say? Do you understand it? Huh? The other day you are telling me that you cannot understand it. You think you are the body, isn't it? Now, do you understand it? Can you understand it clearly? And your misconception about this bodily consistent life has gone? Well, you are not this body, you are the spirit soul. That you understand now. Very nice. So, how can one understand it? This question arises. And what is the process? Huh?
One should be what of this but
Yes. That is the only process. Sabhijnanartham sadgurungeva vigachet. As the Upanishad says. To know this Vijnana, the science of the soul, one must approach a bona fide spiritual master and will be trained by him. You understand? So he can understand. The example is given by Prahlad Maharaj. As an expert geologist can understand where there is gold in earth. One is not trained, not an expert geologist, he cannot understand. He cannot find out. He cannot know that there is gold in the earth. Similar is the case. One who is an intelligent person, he should take this training. To have this training from a bona fide spiritual master to understand how the spirit soul is within this metal body. You understand? How soul is eternal, soul has no neither birth nor death. You understand? There are changes in this metal body. As Bhagavad Gita says, Deyinasmin Gata Dehe Kaumaram Jovanam Jara Tadha Dehantara Prapti Bhirastatranam Vigana. How? If you know this verse very well, and its meaning, as the embodied soul continually passes in this body, from boyhood to youth to old age, and soul similarly passes into another body at death, the self-like soul is not given out of such a change. You understand it? Therefore, those who cannot understand it, they are rascals. They are devoid of knowledge. They are not trained in this knowledge. They have not accepted a spiritual master, bona fide spiritual master. Srimad Bhagavatam says, those who think this body is soul. Bhagavatam says, Jasyatma buddhi kunape vidhatuke sodhi kalatradi bhumijyadi pratirtha buddhi na sarile karisit janeswa vikesh saiva kokhara. Srimad Bhagavatam says this thing. Srimad Bhagavatam, we repeatedly say, is the essence of all Vedic scriptures, Sarva Vedanta Saro, the Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam. The Srimad Bhagavatam is a spotless proof, Amar Praman. भागवत देना माने से जवन अष्टमो तार शास्त्र छे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु चमो. If you cannot accept these conclusions given in Srimad Bhagavatam, then you are a mletho and javan, and you will be punished by Jamaraj, life after life. You understand? So you have to accept the spotless proof given in Srimad Bhagavatam. Therefore Bhagavatam says, Saiva Bhokta. One who thinks this body, this self, and those who are related to this little body, they are mine. I and mine, Ambami. And those who are not related to this little body, they are other persons, Apara. Srimad Bhagavatam says they cannot be categorized as human beings. Saeva Gokhara. They will be categorized among the cattle and asses, two-legged animals. You understand? They are two-legged animals. Though they have this human form of body, but they are not, in fact, in actuality, human beings. They are like dogs. Dog is conception of life, as my beloved master says. Dog only thinks that he is God. You understand? A dog cannot understand that he is spirit soul. You understand? So, a human being who cannot understand this is as good as a dog, as good as an animal. He cannot be called a human being as Srimad Bhagavatam says. You understand? He saw Eva Gokhara. You understand? So, now I'm saying something very brief for you only. Special confession to you. There is a nice story about animals. No, very few, very rare we find human beings. There was a spiritual master who gave his disciple a pair of specs. You see, and here, put on specs, I put on specs. You understand? You take the specs, put on, and go to the villages and get Vikya. You understand? The disciple or brahmachari collects Vikya for the spiritual master. The spiritual master says, but one thing you should remember. By putting on the specs, if you see someone is looking like a human being, you should get Vikya from him. Otherwise, if he doesn't look like a human being, you should not get Vikya from him. You understand? So disciple, his duty to obey the instruction of his spiritual master, to obey it as it is, not concord. You understand? So he went to the village, putting on the spectacles given by spiritual master. He saw, oh, in that village, nobody looks like a human being. All look like animals, two-legged animals. You understand? He cannot find a human being. All look animals. So he went to another village. Similar is the fact that he couldn't find a human being there. All are animals. This way he went. He passed through 5, 7, 10 villages. Couldn't find a human being. At last, when he was so much desperate, oh, the day is going to end. When it's time to end. Evening is approaching. So no bhiksha collected. What Guru Maharaj will eat? How can he cook prasad? So at last, Fortunately, he could see one human being. Understand? And got some bhikkha and went back to ashram, the spiritual master. So the spiritual master asked, "Oh, why is it so late? Oh, my dear spiritual master, you gave me the specs. I put on the specs and find all our animals. I couldn't find a single human being. So I passed through some 10 villages. So there was wait. At last, fortunately, I found one human being. So I got some weekend and coming back. Please excuse me. This is a nice story. You understand? Huh? This story teaches this truth that's given in this verse and purpose of Srila Prabhupada. How we are the human beings, those who have not attained this knowledge, those who don't know the science of the soul, how the spirit soul is within body, and those who don't know that they are not bodies, they are spirit souls. They are like animals. You understand? They only run after their bodily needs. Ahar, nidra, bhayamaituna. Isn't it? Eating, sleeping, depending and mating. Only the four things the animal knows, and a human being only knows these four things, so he is no better than an animal. Isn't it? He is as good as an animal. So the disciple couldn't find a human being because all are after these four things: eating, sleeping, depending and mating. You understand? None of them can understand that they are not bodies, they are spirit souls. How the spirit soul is met body. You understand? This is the story. You know? Huh? Then Srimad Bhagavatam says, those human beings cannot be entitled, cannot be grouped as human beings. It is better to group them and this soil, Gour, cattle, and ask to group. You understand? Srimad Bhagavatam says. Yeah? Srimad Bhagavatam is a very impartial scripture. Nupik Sutta. You understand? Srimad Bhagavatam speaks very unpalatable truth. It's not very palatable. You understand? So I made excuse to say this thing. I am saying according to the Sadhu Shastra Guru, it's not my own opinion. You understand? Today is 2nd April. Yesterday was 1st April. Here, early in the morning, the people are observing Utkala Divas. You understand? Utkala Divas. Divas means day. Utkal day. Observing. That means on this day, that means on 1st April, what is 1936? 1936, on the 1st April, this Orissa province Utkal is separated from Bihar. You understand? So they are observing and singing. Vande Utkala Janani. You understand? Vande Utkala Janani. We pray, we pay obeisances. Utkala Mata. Utkala Janani. You understand? They never sing Vande Lord Jagannath, Vande Krishna. No. Vande Utkala Janani. Do you understand? They are great leaders, political leaders, and so-called big men in the society. They are doing like that. So according to the conclusions of Srimad Bhagavatam, they cannot be categorized among human. They are Gour, they are asses and cattle. Isn't it? Huh? So I beg excuse. nobody should angry on me. I am not saying it is not my opinion. It is the opinion of Srimad. So they should now understand, or they should now try to understand it, that they are not bodies, they are spirit souls, and they should approach a bona fide spiritual master and inquire from him the science, and that should be taught. You understand? Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, you Vaishnavas, those who are Vaishnavas, those who are devotees of the Lord, you should be very merciful on these people. You understand? You should be merciful on these people because they want mercy. Otherwise they cannot understand. You understand? You follow me? They will, if we go to them and say this thing, that you are Gokhara, you cannot be said human beings, you are like cattle and ass, they may pity. They will be very, very angry on it. They may pity, but don't be angry on them. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, you Vaishnavas, don't be angry on them. They are foolish, they are rascals, they are foolish, they have no knowledge about it. So, show your mercy unto them. Show your mercy unto them. And teach them. If they can get the mercy of the Vaishnavas, then they can understand. Otherwise, it's not possible. And they are far to understand it. Understand? You don't be furious. Yeah? You don't take revenge on them. Why he beats me? Why? I will take it. No. Be merciful on them. Understand? That Jagai Mathai. With Nityananda Prabhu, isn't it? And Nityananda Prabhu are so merciful that it's our mercy. And ultimately they became stars.